My child, my beloved, I need you to pause right where you are. Quiet the noise around you and listen, not with your ears, but with the deepest part of your spirit. There is a sound in the atmosphere right now that only the soul can detect. It is not the sound of wind, nor is it the rumble of thunder. It is the distinct, rhythmic sound of approaching destiny. It is the sound of footsteps moving closer to your life, steps that have been ordered by the Most High to find you in this exact season. Someone you are not expecting is coming to your door. This is not a metaphor to be taken lightly, and it is not a coincidence that you have found this message today. God says this visit holds a miracle that will shift everything you have been worried about. Heaven is behind this movement. I, Archangel Michael, have been sent from the presence of the Creator, not to startle you, but to guide you. I am here to bring you a divine notification that the waiting season is coming to an abrupt and beautiful end. You do not know the name of the person who is carrying this shift. You do not yet recognize the time of their arrival. But I have been sent to prepare you because someone you are not expecting is being led by Heaven's hand straight toward you. And what they carry is the key that will unlock the future you have secretly prayed for. This is not a moment to scroll past or dismiss as just another video. This is a divine appointment. This is the answer you whispered in the quiet places of your soul when you thought no one was listening. God heard you, and now He is answering in a way that will surprise you. But listen closely. A miracle kept to oneself often stagnates, but a miracle shared multiplies. Share this message with someone you love, or send it to a soul who needs hope. By extending this word to another, you are sowing a seed of favor. And as you open the door for them, God will open the door wider for you. Be a conduit of this blessing, not just a container. Before we go any deeper into this revelation, I invite you to anchor yourself here. Heaven does not release specific instructions like this every day. Today is sacred. Today is marked in the spiritual calendar. If you turn away now, you are not cursed, but you may be unprepared. The one who was sent to help carry your miracle might walk past you because you were not watching for them. This is why you must secure your connection to this source. Subscribe to this channel right now. Consider it an act of spiritual obedience. By subscribing, you are positioning yourself in the flow of divine information, ensuring that when the next instruction comes, you are already aligned to receive it. Do not let yourself drift from this frequency. Stay with me. You are being pursued by a blessing, and I have been assigned to ensure you do not miss it. My child, my beloved, consider this a gentle but urgent preparation. There is a person you are not expecting, someone whose face might seem familiar yet strange, or whose presence may feel ordinary at first glance. But I need you to hear me with your soul. They are not here by accident. God has been organizing this specific encounter for weeks. For some of you, this moment was ordained before you were even born. This visitor may not come dressed in light or wealth. They may not come with fanfare or a parade, but they carry something far more powerful than appearances. They carry a message, a decision, a gift, or a connection that will alter the atmosphere of your life permanently. The shadows have tried to block them 3 times already. I have watched as obstacles were placed in their path, but heaven has overruled every interference. Now, they are coming closer, and you must be ready to receive what they bring. You may have been feeling strange in the last 24 hours. Perhaps you have felt a little restless, sensing a shift, but not knowing what it is. You might have felt a sudden urge to clean your home, or a need to sit in silence, or perhaps a feeling of anticipation that has no logical reason. My child, listen closely. That is not anxiety. That is not a coincidence. That is your spirit picking up on a divine arrival. Your soul knows what your mind has not yet figured out. You were never meant to stay stuck in this cycle of struggle forever. God is sending this visit as a break in the storm, a door in the wall, a whisper in the noise. But here is what is critical for you to understand. The danger is not that the miracle won't come. The danger is that it will look too normal. It might come in the form of a casual conversation at the grocery store. It might come as a surprise knock on your door from a neighbor. It might be a spontaneous invitation from an old friend or a message from a stranger. You will be tempted to dismiss it as nothing. You will be tempted to say, "I am too tired," or "I don't have time for this." Please, I implore you, do not dismiss these moments. God hides his greatest miracles in mundane moments, and this is one of them. My child, my beloved, the one approaching you carries the spark of divine reversal. This means that situations that have been going in the wrong direction are about to turn around. And yes, this message is reaching you right before it happens because God needs your faith to be alert. The forces that oppose your destiny want you to be distracted when this person arrives. They want your heart numb, your mind busy with worry, and your ears blocked by the noise of the world. But if you receive this word, if you open your spirit right now and say, "Yes, Lord, I receive the visitor you are sending," something will shift in the spiritual atmosphere before midnight. I ask you to press the like button on this video right now. Do not see it as a digital button, but as a spiritual switch. By pressing it, you are signaling to the angels that your faith is active, not passive. You are telling heaven, "I am ready for the shift." And this small act of faith helps accelerate the arrival of your blessing. I see angels gathering even now around your dwelling place. They are positioning this soul's steps with absolute precision. It is already happening, and you were chosen to be part of this. You may be wondering, but who is it, Michael? Who is coming? I cannot give you their name yet. Not because heaven is hiding it from you to be difficult, but because heaven wants you to recognize them by your spirit, not your logic. If I told you a name, your mind would create expectations, but God wants you to trust your intuition. You will know them by the calm that enters the room when they arrive. You will know them by the way time seems to slow down when they speak to you. You will know by the sudden emotion or tears that well up in your eyes for no apparent reason. This person is carrying heaven's assignment for you, and the beautiful truth is that they might not even fully know it yet. They are simply following a nudge in their own spirit, unaware that they are the vessel for your breakthrough. But their arrival is proof that what you asked for has reached the courts of heaven and has been stamped approved. My child, if your spirit is vibrating with recognition right now, if you feel a warmth in your chest that confirms this is the season you have been waiting for, do not let this moment pass in silence. Type "Amen" in the comments below. Let that simple word be your digital signature on heaven's approval. By typing it, you are telling the spiritual realm, "I am awake and I am watching." Declare it now. My child, my beloved, the enemy of your soul will try to send distractions immediately before this arrival. You must be vigilant. You might get into a sudden, silly argument with a loved one. You might feel a wave of heaviness or depression trying to settle on your shoulders. You might feel doubt creeping in, telling you that nothing good ever happens to you. Do not let these things pull you away from your center. Heaven often works in silence before the explosion of blessings. There is always a stillness before the shift, a quiet tension before the call. I was sent here to prepare you because this moment has consequences. If you are not ready, if you laugh this off or hide away in bitterness, your miracle may land on your doorstep and then pass by because the door was locked. That is how delicate the timing is. But if you stay with this message, if you stay in faith, and if you stay expectant, God will cause the stars to realign just for you. There is gold wrapped in this encounter. I am not speaking of a literal gold, though God is capable of that, but I am speaking of the kind of breakthrough that no amount of money can buy. Some of you reading this are waiting for a financial release, and this visitor carries the key. Perhaps an idea, a job offer, or a partnership. Some of you are waiting for love to return or for a new love to begin, and this visitor is the doorway to that relationship. Some of you are asking for healing, clarity, relocation, purpose, or reconciliation, and the answer is being carried by this unexpected person. This is why the angels are on high alert around you. This is why this message feels different to you than others you have heard. It is because it is different. It is a direct correspondence from the divine. My child, my beloved, you have been asking for signs. You have begged God to speak louder, to show you the way. But sometimes the loudest miracles come in the softest packages. That is what makes this moment so critical. You have trained yourself to look for lightning, for dramatic shifts, for the skies to part. But this time, the miracle is walking on 2 feet. This time, the miracle is wearing regular clothes. This time, the miracle is knocking like a stranger. I beg you, do not open your door blindly, but open your spirit fully. You will know when it is the one God sent. And when you do feel that recognition, respond quickly. Heaven is watching your response. If you stay with this message, and if you begin to prepare your spirit now, cleaning your heart, releasing the bitterness of the past, forgiving where you need to forgive, you will get into position. You will not miss this. But if you treat this as just another day, the timing may pass, and the miracle may return to heaven marked, refused by recipient. I do not want that for you. Heaven does not want that for you. That is why I was sent to wake you up. My child, my beloved, I will continue now with the rest of the message, for there are layers to this revelation that you must understand to be fully prepared. But before I reveal the next layer, I must ask you again to affirm your readiness. Stay connected to this voice of the divine. This isn't the only miracle moving toward your life. It is simply the first of many. There are 3 more specific moments I must show you, but only if you stay present. Only if you allow your heart to open fully. There is urgency here. There is movement. There is glory being sent directly to your address. There are 2 forces watching your life right now. One is darkness, hoping you stay distracted just long enough to miss the hand of God. The other is heaven, standing ready with open scrolls and sealed envelopes, prepared to unlock a blessing that cannot be reversed once it is released. The reason I am telling you this now is because your name has already been written on something divine. It was not written by mistake. It was not written by accident. It was written by decree. And this unexpected visit is the vehicle through which it will arrive. God could have delivered it any other way. He is the master of the universe, but he chose this way. He chose a person you are not expecting, because sometimes the greatest blessings come through the doors we feel we are least prepared for. My child, my beloved, there is something beautiful about a surprise, but there is something even holier about divine timing. This is not just a visitor. This is not just a social call. This is a supernatural appointment crafted in silence, protected by your prayers, and activated only when your faith aligns with your obedience. I see you questioning in your heart. You are asking, but what if I don't recognize them? What if I miss the sign? What if I am not smart enough or spiritual enough? Child, listen to me. You will not miss it if you keep your spirit open and your heart tender. The one coming to your door does not come with confusion. God is not the author of confusion. They carry peace. They carry clarity. And most of all, they carry something that is meant for you and only you. Heaven has seen your exhaustion. You have been faithful even when you were tired. You have given to others when you had very little left for yourself. You have prayed when it felt like no one was listening and the ceiling was made of brass. And now, finally, your obedience is speaking louder than your doubts. That is why this moment has been orchestrated so carefully. This unexpected encounter is not a coincidence. It is a confirmation. It is a response to every silent tear you have shed, every quiet prayer you have whispered, every moment you almost gave up but chose to keep going. What is being delivered to you now is not random. It has been growing behind the scenes in a realm where miracles are formed before they are ever seen by human eyes. My child, my beloved, listen closely. You will feel something the day they arrive. Time will feel different, as if the clock on the wall has lost its meaning. The air will shift, becoming lighter and easier to breathe. Your heart may race, not from fear, but from divine recognition. A leap of the soul that says, I know this moment. That is how you will know. The one you are not expecting will not need to explain themselves fully. Their presence will speak what words cannot. They might say something ordinary. They may speak of the weather or mundane things, but deep beneath those words, heaven will be communicating with your spirit. Their eyes will carry the echo of something bigger. Their arrival will unlock a season of change. And if you receive them with hospitality and an open heart, you will receive the breakthrough God wrapped inside their coming. My child, my beloved, let me make this very clear to your heart, for it is the foundation upon which your miracle rests. You have asked for a new chapter. You have spent nights staring at the ceiling, asking for a shift in direction, a relief from the pressure, a sign that you are on the right path. And heaven is responding. But heaven is responding not with thunder, but with footsteps. Not with a dramatic sign in the sky that the whole world can see, but with a person sent as a private vessel just for you. This is how heaven moves when the blessing is personal. God values intimacy. He values the connection between His children. So, do not wait until you lose the moment to realize how divine it was. Do not doubt the softness of the delivery. You must understand that some of the most powerful earthquakes in history began with the quietest of tremors. And this one, this miracle that is almost at your doorstep, follows that same divine law. The one coming may be a stranger you have never met, or they may be someone you have pushed away in the past, someone with whom there is unfinished business. For some of you, this will be a reconnection, a healing of old wounds. For others, it will be an introduction to a future you never imagined. But regardless of the form this person takes, know this truth. They are heaven sent. And if your spirit is open, you will recognize the hand of God behind their presence. Do not look for perfection in this visitor. Do not expect them to say everything just right or to look like a model of holiness. What matters is not their packaging, but what they carry inside. They are not the answer itself. They are the key to the answer. They are the delivery driver of the divine. When the mail carrier brings you a precious package, you do not judge the carrier's uniform. You rejoice in the gift they hand you. It is the same with this spiritual arrival. When you see them, don't hesitate. Don't delay. Respond with faith. Welcome what they bring. Something eternal is riding on your response. My child, my beloved, you are being pursued by a miracle that wears human skin. But do not be fooled by the simplicity of it. The spirit behind this visit is divine. I, Michael, have seen this moment written in the scrolls of heaven. I have stood beside the angels assigned to protect this specific encounter in your life. I have watched as lower forces tried to delay it, destroy it, or distract you from it because they know how powerful you will become once this connection is made. But God said no to the delay. God said you were ready. And now the moment is almost here. You must treat this hour as holy. You must treat this message as a trumpet blast to your soul, because what happens next depends on your awareness. Pause for a moment and think deeply. If this person had already arrived yesterday, would you have noticed them? Would you have treated them as heaven sent? Or would you have been too busy, too guarded, too numb from the routine of life? That is why this message matters so much. It is preparing you to see. God doesn't want you to miss it. That is why I am whispering to your spirit now. That is why you are still reading this. It is because heaven is positioning your heart to receive what your mind cannot yet comprehend. The miracle is coming, and it will look like a person. My child, my beloved, do not let fear whisper lies into your spirit as you wait. Do not let past pain convince you to shut the door before they even knock. I know it is hard to trust again. I know you have been let down before by people who promised to be there and weren't. But this is different. This is not just another cycle of disappointment. This is not another trick of the world. This is heaven's restoration disguised as a visitor. And if you keep your heart open, if you allow faith to be louder than your fear of being hurt, you will witness what happens when God sends someone not just to you, but for you. There is still more I must tell you, and you must promise your soul that you won't stop now. To ensure you do not miss the instructions for the next 72 hours, subscribe now. This is not about numbers. This is about alignment. You are entering a season that requires constant guidance, and your subscription is the anchor that keeps you tethered to the voice of truth. Secure your place in this new season. We are entering the deeper waters of this revelation. In the moments ahead, I will show you what to do in the next 72 hours, how to spiritually prepare your home and heart for the arrival, and what words to look for when this person speaks. One of their phrases will be a divine code that confirms everything. But for that, I need you to stay connected. Do not walk away. Do not go silent. Let heaven finish what it started in you. My child, my beloved, I must now show you something very few ever understand. Heaven often cloaks the sacred in the simple. The person approaching your life may appear average, unassuming, or even quiet. But what you must understand is this: they are carrying a sacred assignment on their shoulders. What they say may not seem like a prophecy. What they wear may not look like royalty, but the atmosphere around them will change when they engage with you. And that is the confirmation. Heaven has trained your soul to notice what your eyes overlook. So don't look with logic. Look with discernment. Ask your spirit to stay awake. That is where the real clarity will come. When God sends someone to change your story, the old energy, the energy of stagnation and doubt, always tries to make you second guess it. The shadow will whisper lies like, "You are imagining it," or "This is nothing special." It will try to make you feel embarrassed to believe in miracles. It will try to make you feel foolish for having hope. But let me tell you with the full authority of heaven, this is not nothing. This is everything. The visitor coming into your life holds a moment that was handpicked from the scrolls of your destiny. It is wrapped in divine alignment, soaked in the prayers of your ancestors, and backed by angelic protection. You have waited long enough. Now it is time for manifestation. My child, my beloved, listen closely to the timing of heaven. In the next 72 hours, many of you will begin to feel strange shifts in your surroundings. This is the physical world adjusting to the spiritual weight of the blessing that is coming. You may start to notice people contacting you out of nowhere, names you haven't seen on your phone in years. You may experience delays, reroutes, or even last-minute plan changes. You might get stuck in traffic, or a meeting might be canceled, or a store might be closed when you arrive. Pay attention to all of this. Nothing is random now. God is rearranging the physical realm to make space for the spiritual delivery that is in motion. If plans fall apart, do not complain. Do not let frustration take root. Celebrate. It is a sign that heaven is replacing what was man-made with what is God-ordained. If you are willing to let go of man's plans to receive God's plans, like this video, let that click be your physical agreement with the spiritual restructuring of your life. It is a signal of acceleration, telling the universe that you are not afraid of the changes necessary to birth your miracle. This is what it looks like when the divine prepares the landing strip for your miracle. I was sent to tell you something very important. Now, before the visitor arrives, you must do something. It is not complicated, but it is powerful. You must spiritually prepare your space. Just as you would clean your home if a king were coming to visit, You must clean your spiritual atmosphere. Walk through your home and speak peace aloud. Clear the spiritual air with your words. Say, God, prepare me for what you are sending. Let no distraction enter. Let no delay survive. Let me recognize your hand even when it wears human skin. This small act of alignment opens spiritual portals that allow miracles to land without friction. You are not just waiting, you are hosting, and that changes everything. My child, my beloved, you must also prepare the inner room of your heart. Release the grudges that are taking up space where the blessing needs to live. If you are holding on to anger against someone, let it go, not for them, but to make room for what God is bringing you. You cannot receive a new gift if your hands are full of old baggage. Make room for the unexpected. For some, this person will look like help. For others, they will look like love. For others still, they may be a test of your patience. But either way, heaven will be watching your response. Your obedience is the activator. If you open your heart fully, what follows will not just be a visitation, it will be a transformation. And not just for you, but for everyone around you. The most dangerous thing you could do now is ignore the quiet nudges. Every detail in the next 2 days may carry meaning. A repeated word you hear on the radio, and then again from a friend. A song playing in a store that brings back a specific memory or feeling. A door that opens easily when it used to be stuck. Or a delay that frustrates you but actually saves you from something worse. All of it may be part of heaven's choreography. The visitor's arrival may come disguised as an inconvenience, but wrapped inside the ordinary is the miracle you were born to receive. God hides power in small packages to test the readiness of your heart. Pass this test, and you will walk through a door that cannot be closed again. Pause for a moment. Heaven needs to see that your heart is unlocked. If you are ready to stop blocking your blessing and start hosting your miracle, make a decree right now. Go to the comments and write, I open the door. This act of writing is your prophetic agreement that you are done with fear and you are ready to receive the visitor God is sending. Do not just think it. Write it to seal it. My child, my beloved, there is a secret I must share with you to help you identify this moment with absolute certainty. There is a phrase or a sentiment that will be spoken to you soon. It might be spoken in passing or as part of a conversation that seems casual on the surface. It will sound like something small, maybe even unrelated to your big prayers. But when you hear it, your spirit will leap. It will feel like someone just whispered directly into your soul. It will resonate like a bell ringing in a quiet valley. This phrase is your divine confirmation. You will know it when it happens, because the air will feel electric. Time may slow down for a split second. You may even feel chills run down your arms. Do not brush it off. That phrase is the spiritual key unlocking the door to your next season. It might be something simple like, I've been thinking about you, or I had a dream, or I don't know why, but I need to tell you this. Or it might be a specific answer to a question you only asked God in your mind. Remember it, write it down. It is your signpost in the spirit realm. My child, heaven speaks in a sequence. To miss the next part is to miss the map. If you haven't yet, click subscribe. It is your declaration of commitment. It says, Lord, I am listening, and I will stay positioned until the full instruction is revealed. Your alignment today determines your access tomorrow. My child, my beloved, you have asked for many things. But this encounter, is heaven's response. Not a yes written in the clouds, not a no written in stone, but a person. A human answer to a spiritual request. This is how God often moves. When the blessing is too heavy for your hands alone, He sends a person to help carry it, confirm it, or unlock it. And that is what this unexpected visit will be. You must be spiritually awake when it happens. You must be fully present. Put down the distractions. Look people in the eye. Listen with your heart. because when this miracle knocks, it will not stay long if it is ignored. It will come like a wave, and then move to the next soul if not received in time. But I know you. I know your heart. You are ready. You have been prepared by the fires you have walked through. My child, my beloved, do not let old disappointments block you. You have waited for so long, and the delays have wounded your expectations. I see that. I feel the tiredness in your soul, the weariness that comes from hoping and not seeing. But please, do not bury your hope now. The reason it took this long is because what is coming is so heavy with glory. It required layers of preparation, not just for you, but for the one carrying it too. This is not a pizza delivery. This is a divine encounter, and heaven does not rush the sacred. But now the time is ripe. I will continue this message even further because what is ahead may shake your entire atmosphere in the most beautiful way. In the next part of this revelation, I will reveal the possible emotional reaction you might feel upon the visitor's arrival, why you might feel a sudden urge to cry or a wave of overwhelming peace. I will explain why the enemy is watching this hour closely and trying to make you numb. And most importantly, I will tell you what you must do within the first 5 minutes of their presence to activate the full shift. But for that, I need your full attention. I ask again, stay with this message. Subscribe to the frequency of heaven. Do not close the door before the knock. You have waited too long to walk away now. My child, my beloved, let me prepare your heart now for something you might not expect. We often think that when good news comes, we will instantly smile and laugh. But when a divine shift occurs, the body often reacts differently. When this visitor enters your life, whether they walk through your door, speak to you on a screen, call your phone, or simply show up in your path, you may feel overwhelmed. You may feel tears forming for reasons you can't explain. It might feel like a release of pressure you didn't even know you were holding. Or a sudden, profound calm may wash over you, silencing all the noise in your head. This is not just emotion. This is recognition. Your soul will know before your mind understands. It is your spirit recognizing its kin. It is your destiny recognizing its partner. Heaven is not just sending you a person. Heaven is sending you an activation. And when it happens, it will unlock something in your spirit that has been asleep. A version of you that has been waiting to rise. A version of you that is bold, healed, and ready. My child, my beloved. But I must offer you a gentle guidance here. The shadows, the doubts, the fears, the old patterns will try one last time to interfere before the arrival. They know their time is short. The enemy will try to throw shadows over your joy. He will whisper discouragement, telling you, it's too good to be true. He will try to plant doubt, bring irritation, or even sudden anger into your atmosphere over trivial things. He will attempt to wear down your patience or harden your heart with offense just moments before the blessing arrives. That is why I was sent. That is why this message had to reach you today. You must protect your spirit from emotional sabotage. Do not let the little things distract you. If someone cuts you off in traffic, bless them and move on. If a small appliance breaks, do not let it break your peace. If an old memory of pain surfaces, acknowledge it and then release it. Do not engage in arguments that drain your energy. Do not rehearse old pain. The enemy fears what is about to be delivered to you. That is why he is trying to distort your focus now. But heaven says, stay anchored, stay available, stay awake. My child, my beloved, I need you to understand something divine. When this person comes, they will not just be bringing something for you. That is too small for God's plan. They may be bringing something meant to bless those connected to you, your family, your lineage, your children, your legacy. God is not just answering your prayer. God is restoring the chain. You were chosen to break curses and ignite blessings that reach beyond your years. So when this miracle arrives, even if it seems small, Even if it feels like just a fleeting moment, remember what is being released through it may echo for generations. That is how big this is. That is why the preparation must be thorough. The enemy wants you to remain silent and isolated, but we will break that silence with a roar of faith. If you refuse to let distraction steal your joy, and if you claim the peace of God over your mind and your home today, type Amen in the comments. Let your Amen stand as a shield that blocks every arrow of doubt the enemy tries to fire at you before the arrival. My child, my beloved, if you are reading this right now, it means you haven't walked away. That alone is powerful. That alone is a testament to your faith. Many have missed their moment by skipping the one message heaven sent to prepare them. They were too busy, too skeptical, too hurried. But not you. You have stayed. You have read. You have sensed that this is not normal. And you are right. This is not normal. This is a message delivered from the high courts of heaven to the sanctuary of your heart. This is why you have been feeling stirred. This is why your dreams have changed recently, becoming more vivid or more urgent. This is why delays suddenly appeared in your schedule, to slow you down so you wouldn't miss the intersection. This is why your heart feels heavy and hopeful at the same time. It is because your destiny has entered the final countdown toward fulfillment. My child, my beloved, let me give you something practical. Now, when the visitor comes, do not try to control the moment. This is the mistake many make. They try to force the outcome. They try to impress the visitor. They try to manipulate the conversation. Do not do this. Do not overthink. Do not try to perform. Just be open. Be present. Be authentic. Listen with more than your ears. Respond from your soul. Ask God silently in that moment, is this the one? Is this the moment? And if peace fills the space, not logic, not excitement, but deep grounding peace, then you will know. And when you know, act in faith. Say yes to the invitation. Say yes to the opportunity. Say yes to the cup of coffee. Say yes to the help they offer. Your yes is the switch. Your obedience is the oil. Your belief is the permission heaven has been waiting on to pour out the rest of the blessing. Some of you may experience this through a phone call that comes at an odd hour. Others through a physical encounter in a place you didn't plan to be. For some, it may be a person you forgot existed. For others, someone completely new. But you will feel it. You will know. Don't question yourself when it happens. Don't ask, why me or why now? The better question is, why not now? You have waited. You have survived the night. You have surrendered your will. And now, finally, heaven is handing you the thing you could never manufacture with your own strength. But you must not close your heart before the visitor arrives. The miracle is already in motion. Your role is to stay soft, stay listening, stay ready. My child, my beloved, allow me to share what I see from a vantage point you cannot yet access. I can see beyond the veil of the visible world. I see the angel positioned near your home, standing guard with a quiet strength. I see the spiritual scroll that has your name engraved in golden ink, glowing with the light of pending fulfillment. I see the date marked on heaven's calendar. It is this week. I see the time. It is soon. And I see heaven watching with great anticipation, not to judge you, but to see how you respond when the moment arrives. You were never forgotten. You were never overlooked in the crowd. The silence you felt was not abandonment. It was the hush of the audience before the curtain rises. And now, the very thing you thought was lost, the hope, the opportunity, the connection, is being sent back to you. It is not coming in the form you expected. It is not coming with the packaging you designed in your mind, but it is coming in the exact timing you need. It is vital now to remain in alignment. Keep your space clean, not just the physical rooms of your home, but the rooms of your soul. Avoid gossip, for it clutters the spirit. Avoid negativity, for it lowers your spiritual frequency. Avoid fear, for it is a wall that blocks blessings. Set your intention in the morning and pray with expectancy. Say, God, I don't know the exact time, but I know you have marked it. Help me stay ready. Help me not miss what you're doing because I was distracted by what you are not doing. This prayer keeps your heart in the position to receive. Heaven will not compete for your attention against the noise of the world. If you stay open, the visitor will come through without delay. But if you allow chaos to flood your heart, you may unknowingly block the very thing you have cried for. My child, my beloved, I will share more because there is a specific instruction I must reveal regarding the timing of this encounter. There is a window of time coming where your response must be fast. This is not about rushing, it is about obedience. This window is measured in minutes, and if you recognize it and act within it, a door will open that even the enemy cannot shut. But if you miss it, the opportunity may fold back into heaven, waiting for another season to return. There is something so urgent in the spirit realm right now that I can feel the vibration even as I communicate this to you. A window of time has been scheduled for your life. This is not symbolic, it is literal. This window acts as a divine portal. It is activated the instant your unexpected visitor connects with you. The moment their voice enters your space, or their presence steps across your threshold, or their message lands in your view, a spiritual clock begins to move. Do not let this moment of activation be slow. Press the like button to symbolically open the window of your life. Just as a door must be unlatched to open, your like is the unlatching of your faith. It declares that you are waiting with anticipation, and that expectancy draws the miracle closer, faster. What happens in the first 5 minutes of that divine collision will determine whether the full blessing unfolds or simply brushes past you. Yes, beloved, that is how delicate and holy this moment is. Why 5 minutes? Because that is the amount of time it takes for your logical mind to start talking you out of a spiritual prompting. In the first few minutes, your spirit knows. After that, your fear takes over. If you feel a strong pull in your soul to embrace this person, to listen to them, to say yes to what they offer, do not argue with it. Do not wait for confirmation from the world. Do not call 3 friends to ask their opinion. Trust the peace in your spirit. It is louder than any proof the mind could ever offer. The blessing is not waiting for your perfection. The blessing is waiting for your presence. It is waiting for you to bypass your fear and step into trust. My child, my beloved, let me show you something the enemy never wanted you to know. Something that will fill your heart with fresh hope. The moment this visitor enters your life, a second miracle begins to move. One you cannot see at first. This is the hidden reward. It is not carried by the visitor, but it is released from heaven the moment your heart opens in obedience to receive the visitor. It is the reward behind the reward. It is the blessing that trails the first one like a shadow of glory. You see, God often uses one act of obedience to unlock multiple areas of life. Some of you are focused on a specific need, perhaps a job or a relationship. But God is saying, receive this messenger, and I will not only address that need, I will touch everything else. Some of you are about to receive restoration in your body as a secondary blessing. Some will notice a sudden breakthrough in finances that seems unrelated to the visit but is spiritually connected. Some will watch broken family ties be rewoven by a thread, so strong it couldn't have come from man. These things are not random. They are the afterglow of divine obedience. When you open the door to God's messenger, you let in the fresh air of heaven, and that air heals everything it touches. You won't even have to ask for these secondary miracles. Your faith in the moment will unlock them for you. But this is the caution I must give you. If you walk away, if you doubt, if you ignore the visitor because they don't look like a miracle, then that second wave of glory will never get the chance to reach you. It requires the initial act of trust. My child, God is offering you more than just a visit. He is offering a multiplication. If you are ready to receive not just the first blessing, but the reward behind the reward, the healing, the finances, and the restoration, declare your receipt of it. Write in the comments, I receive the double portion. Let this be the anchor that holds you steady until the full manifestation arrives. My child, my beloved, I must speak to you about the appearance of this vessel, for this is where many stumble. Do not be fooled by appearances. The person sent to you may not speak eloquently. They may stutter. They may seem broken themselves. They may appear unsure, shy, or even struggling in their own life. They may be someone who has less than you, or someone who comes from a background you do not respect. But hear this truth. Heaven did not choose them for their strength. Heaven chose them for their assignment. They are a carrier, not a performer. Your miracle is hidden in their presence, not in their perfection. God has a history of using what the world calls weak to carry his heaviest blessings. He does this to humble the proud and to ensure that when the miracle happens, he gets the glory, not the messenger. God has often chosen flawed vessels to deliver divine mail because it forces us to listen with our hearts instead of our critical eyes. Don't reject what feels unfamiliar. Don't shut the door because they don't look like an angel or a wealthy benefactor. Remember this always. Divine things rarely arrive looking divine. Heaven often comes dressed in humility. The most precious diamonds are often found wrapped in rough rock. If you throw away the rock, you throw away the jewel. My child, my beloved, you have been asking God to send you help. You have been praying for clarity, for proof, for movement. And now, when heaven is responding through a person, the only thing that can stop the miracle is your unwillingness to believe that God would use someone like that. So many people miss their destiny, not because they weren't loved, but because they couldn't recognize help when it came in a form they didn't expect. But not you. Not this time. You have been prepared by this message. You have been chosen to understand the ways of the Spirit. You were meant to read this, to stay this long, because you are part of a very small number of people heaven is activating this week. The rest of the world may be too busy looking at screens to notice the angels, but you, beloved, have been invited to receive what others can only dream about. Do not be like the ones who come and go, taking only crumbs. Be the one who stays for the feast. Subscribe to seal your alignment with this specific company of believers. By joining this community, you place yourself under a covering of consistent revelation, protecting your spirit from the noise of the world. My child, my beloved, there is a deeper layer to this encounter that you must understand. This person who is coming to your door, or calling your phone, or crossing your path, may have delayed their arrival for reasons you will never fully understand. Maybe they tried to reach you once before and were blocked by circumstances. Maybe their own life fell apart, and they had to rebuild before they could come to you. Do not judge their timing. Trust God's choreography. They are being sent to you not just to deliver a word or a blessing, but to receive one in return, because heaven works in divine exchanges. This is a two-way street. What they give you will bless your future, yes? But what you give them, your acceptance, your kindness, your listening ear, may heal their past. This is not just a one-sided miracle where you simply take and leave. This is a sacred trade. It is a holy interaction where iron sharpens iron. That is why the enemy has fought so hard to delay this moment. He knows that if the two of you connect, both of you will become stronger. He knows that what is being exchanged carries eternal consequences. You might be the answer to their prayer just as much as they are the answer to yours. Pause and let that sink in. You are not just a charity case waiting for help. You are a powerful child of God who has something to offer this visitor. When you treat them with honor, you are validating their purpose. And in doing so, you are validating your own. My child, my beloved, as we approach the time of arrival, you may notice unusual things in your environment over the next 24 hours. Heaven often signals its moves through nature and technology. Perhaps you will see a flickering light when you are praying. Perhaps you will see a specific number repeating, 1111, 444, or a date that holds meaning for you. Perhaps a song will play that speaks directly to your spirit, answering a thought you just had. Perhaps a vivid dream will linger past the morning, refusing to fade like normal dreams do. These are not coincidences. They are spiritual signals. They are the breadcrumbs heaven leaves to tell you, you are on the right track. Heaven is already whispering, preparing your senses for the main event. Some of you have felt this coming for days but couldn't explain why you felt so expectant. That was your spirit responding to what is approaching in the unseen realm. I, Archangel Michael, was instructed to confirm it for you. Now is the moment you have been sensing. The shift you couldn't name, it is here. The reason you have been restless is not anxiety. It is alignment. Your spirit is stretching to make room for the new. If you feel that stretch in your spirit, if you sense the newness hovering over you, mark this moment by liking this video. It is a prophetic act. You are confirming that you perceive the signs, and your perception is what accelerates the manifestation from the spiritual realm into the physical realm. My child, my beloved, you are not just receiving a visitor, you are receiving a verdict. This divine arrival is heaven's declaration that the waiting season has reached its close. It means the verdict is turning in your favor. The closed cases in heaven are being reopened and reversed. The unanswered prayers are being signed and stamped. This person is bringing the final signature needed to release the flow. That is why the knock at your door, whether literal or metaphorical, is not just physical, it is prophetic. And when it comes, it will echo in your soul like a gavel striking a desk. You will know it wasn't random. You will know this message prepared you for the one knock that changes everything. The gavel has fallen in the courts of heaven, and the verdict is in your favor. Do you believe this? Do you accept that your case has been overturned and your victory is here? If you receive this divine verdict over your life, type Amen below. Let the angels witness your agreement. Your Amen is the sound of a closed case that can never be reopened by the enemy. My child, my beloved, heaven is watching you now with intense love. Every step you take after receiving this message will either bring you closer to or push you further from the epicenter of the miracle. But do not fear making a mistake, for you are not alone. Angels have been assigned to help you discern. They are the invisible ushers of this moment. They are there to guard your heart from fear, to guide your timing so you are in the right place, and to clear the atmosphere of confusion. They cannot make the decision for you. God honors your free will, but they will make sure the moment finds you. They will nudge you to go to that store. They will urge you to answer that call. They will whisper to you to open that email. All you must do is follow the nudge. Do not run from it when it arrives. Do not question it until you miss it. Say yes. Say yes with your whole heart. Heaven is not offering you something ordinary. This is divine intervention disguised as human interruption. My child, my beloved, there is only one thing left to say before I continue into the final part of this sacred revelation. The miracle will not wait forever. This isn't a message to save for later or to think about next month. The visitor is moving now. The time is short because the blessing is heavy, and heaven knows that delay will dilute what is meant for you. So one more time, I urge you, stay ready. Subscribe to the truth of God. Listen, act fast, receive in faith, because the person coming toward you is not a stranger. They are an answer. They are a vessel. They are the beginning of the next chapter heaven has written just for you. My child, my beloved, now that you understand the miracle is almost at your door, I must prepare you for what comes after the arrival. Many people make the mistake of thinking the moment ends when the visitor leaves, but that is where the real work begins. That is where the seed goes into the ground. After the encounter, your spirit will feel stirred. You might even feel emotionally raw, as if something inside you has been cracked open to the light. That is not just a feeling. That is the spiritual residue of divine interaction. The presence of someone heaven sent leaves a vibration behind in the room. You will notice it in your dreams that night. You will notice it in how quiet your heart becomes. You will notice it in the atmosphere around your home. Peace will dwell there. That is when you must seal the moment. You seal it not with fear, but with worship. Speak out loud, even if it is only a whisper in the dark. Say, "Thank you, Father, for what you have just released. I receive it, I honor it, and I protect it." This spiritual sealing prevents the enemy from stealing the seed before it has a chance to grow. It puts a spiritual lock on the blessing. My child, my beloved, the blessing that comes with this encounter is not just a moment. It is a portal, and portals must be honored. Do not go back to old patterns right after the person leaves. Don't fall into complaining about your life. Don't start overthinking or replaying every detail to find flaws in what they said. That is how doubt sneaks in like a thief. Instead, remain in stillness. Let the miracle settle. Let heaven complete what it started. There are angels assigned to carry the blessing from that moment and distribute it into multiple areas of your life: health, finances, reconciliation, purpose, and spiritual strength. But if your heart moves too quickly into skepticism, it can slow the flow. This is the moment for reverence, a holy pause, a quiet acknowledgement that God just stepped into your life in a way that only He could. My child, my beloved, what happens in the days that follow this encounter is just as sacred as the arrival itself. This is a secret that the wise understand, but the foolish ignore. When a seed is planted in the earth, it does not immediately shoot up into a tree. There is a season of incubation. There is a time of darkness where the seed must be hidden to take root. The same is true for your miracle. After the visitor leaves, after the connection is made, you may not see the full fruit instantly. Do not panic. Do not dig up the seed by questioning it. You may receive unexpected opportunities in the days following. You may receive insight about decisions you've been delaying. You may suddenly notice people treating you differently, as if they can sense something new on you, because they can. When heaven marks a person, the world feels it before the person even speaks. That mark is now resting on your life, but you must walk in it with humility. Do not boast. Do not run to social media to announce it to everyone. This miracle is deeply personal, and heaven wants you to protect it in silence for now. The enemy loves to target blessings that are exposed too early, but he cannot touch what is hidden in the secret place of the Most High. Later, there will be a time to testify. Later, the fruit will be so big that you won't have to speak. The fruit will speak for itself. But first, there must be a time to incubate the blessing. Protect it like a newborn child. Keep it warm with your faith and safe with your silence. My child, my beloved, you may be asking, will there be more? Is this just one moment? And the answer from the throne room is a resounding yes. For those who respond in faith to the first visitor, there will be a second encounter. But this one will be different. This second divine meeting will not come to your door. Instead, it will come through your voice. Pay close attention, for this is the mystery of multiplication. A few days after your initial breakthrough, a person you speak to, perhaps a friend, a coworker, or even a stranger in need, will suddenly shift in front of you. You will feel a compassion rise up in your belly that is not your own. The words you say to them will not even feel like your own thoughts. It will feel as if heaven borrows your mouth for a moment to speak life into them. And when that happens, you will realize the profound truth. The miracle that entered your life through one visitor is now moving through you to reach someone else. This is the multiplication of divine visitation. You were not only chosen to be a reservoir that collects water, you were chosen to be a river that flows. God is turning you into a vessel of the very hope you needed yesterday. By passing the blessing on, you lock it into your life. The spiritual law states that what flows through you sustains you. This is why the enemy fought you so hard, not just to stop you from receiving, but to stop you from becoming a distributor of God's glory. But he has failed. You are stepping into your assignment. An assignment requires daily bread. Subscribe to ensure your spirit is fed for the journey ahead. This act of obedience locks you into the rhythm of heaven. It ensures that as you pour out to others, you are constantly being refilled by the messages sent to this channel. Stay aligned. Stay full. My child, my beloved, look at yourself in the mirror of the Spirit. You are not who you were before this message found you. You are not the abandoned one. You are not the forgotten one. You are now someone heaven has marked for movement. God trusted you with something sacred, the awareness of what is coming. You are more prepared than you realize. You may not feel holy. You may not feel ready in the eyes of religious tradition. You may feel like your life is still a bit messy, but heaven does not choose based on perfection. Heaven chooses based on willingness. And you were willing to listen. You stayed with this message when others would have scrolled away to watch something entertaining. You chose the deep thing over the shallow thing. That is faith. And that is why the miracle will reach you. You have broken a cycle of spiritual deafness. Your ears are tuned to the frequency of grace. And because of this, the fear that used to paralyze you is losing its grip. You are realizing that if God can send a person to answer your prayer, then God can do anything. This realization is the true miracle. The visitor is just the evidence. Your restored faith is the treasure. My child, my beloved, let this be your final instruction for the days ahead. Stay in a posture of readiness each morning when you rise. Do not let the routine of life put your spirit back to sleep. Before your feet hit the floor, say this simple prayer. Lord, let me not miss what you have prepared. Let my spirit respond with joy and not fear. Let me be soft where others have grown cold. Let me move when you whisper. I am open to the unexpected. That posture of readiness is what draws miracles near. It acts like a magnet in the spirit realm. Heaven does not send miracles to closed doors, but your door, beloved, is wide open now. Not just the physical door of your house, but the door of your soul. And because of that, something supernatural is on its way to meet you. My child, my beloved, I leave you with this truth. There are moments in life that are ordinary, just days on a calendar. And then there are moments that are divine intersections. What you are standing in now is no longer ordinary. It is an intersection, a divine appointment, a sacred collision between heaven's calendar and your timeline. What happens next is not based on chance. It is based on your recognition. Do not miss what others overlook. The miracle is not coming in the distant future. It is already moving. It is breathing. It is stepping. And it is now just steps away from your door. Stand still. Breathe. Listen. The knock you hear next may carry more than just a sound. It may carry your answered prayer. Don't skip it. Don't laugh it off as a coincidence. Don't hesitate because of fear. Open. And when you do, may every part of your life begin to shift in the direction of destiny. The miracle is closer than ever. And heaven is smiling because, finally, you didn't miss it. My child, my beloved, even now as your eyes move across these final words, the spiritual realm is active around you. You are not reading this in isolation. Angels are in motion. There is a light forming around your home, subtle but radiant, like the quiet glow before dawn. The dark forces that tried to blind you are backing away because they cannot stand in the presence of this revelation. Inside that light, your name is being spoken with reverence. Not by men, but by heaven. They are not just watching your life like spectators. They are protecting what is about to enter it. The miracle is no longer in delay. The file is off the shelf and on the desk of the king. The visitor is no longer on the way. They are near. You may feel it even if you don't understand it yet. That sense of anticipation in your chest, that flutter that feels like nervousness but is actually excitement, that is your soul vibrating in harmony with God's plan. That quiet pause between distractions, that sudden moment of stillness where the world falls away. It's heaven's breath resting over your story. Take a moment to release your faith into this atmosphere. Press the like button as a testament that you feel the light forming around your home. This is your faith signal to the angels protecting you, confirming that you are awake, you are watching, and you are ready to receive the early release of this promise. My child, my beloved, there is nothing you need to earn to receive what is coming. This miracle is not a paycheck for your perfection. It is a response to your persistence. Heaven saw you keep going when others gave up. God watched as you believed, even with shaking hands and a breaking heart. God saw you wipe your tears and stand up one more time. The miracle isn't arriving because you were strong all the time. It's arriving because you didn't quit. That kind of faith moves the heart of God. That kind of heart invites divine timing to manifest early. And beloved, that is what this is. Early release. This blessing wasn't supposed to arrive yet according to the world's timeline. But because of your endurance, the process has been accelerated. You were found faithful in a secret season of struggle. And now, God is rewarding you in a public season of favor. This is your final seal, my beloved. We are activating the principle of early release. If you believe that God is accelerating your timeline and bringing your miracle sooner than the world expects, type Amen 3 times in the comments below. Let a triple Amen signify that it is done, it is sealed, and it is yours. Do not leave this message without locking in your acceleration. My child, my beloved, let this truth settle deeply in the soil of your spirit. God has not forgotten a single word you have whispered to him in the dark. Not one tear you cried in silence went unnoticed. Not one lonely night was wasted. All of it was preparation. All of it was sacred ground. And now, in divine return, he is sending the answer. Not in the way you imagined, not dropping from the sky, but in the way that will transform everything. Through connection. You thought the answer would be a thing, but it's a person, a human delivery system of divine release. This one soul may unknowingly carry the instruction you need to build your dream. They may carry the confirmation that you are sane and on the right path. They may carry the provision that pays the debt. Or they may carry the connection that introduces you to your destiny. My child, my beloved, when the door opens, whether physically, emotionally, or spiritually, you must say yes. Even if you feel unsure, even if you feel small, even if the visitor doesn't say all the right words. Say yes in your heart. Say yes to the timing. Say yes to the miracle. Say yes to the shift. This one, yes, will carry more weight than every no that tried to block you in the past. This yes will shatter cycles of poverty and loneliness. This yes will open the gate that has been rusted shut. And once the gate is open, beloved, your life will no longer look the same. Because when God moves, he doesn't just fix the broken pieces, he rebuilds the entire structure. He doesn't just restore, he multiplies. There is a hush in heaven right now, a holy stillness. It is the kind of silence that only happens when a sacred alignment is taking place. Your spirit has been called into divine awareness. Your house has been marked as the destination for visitation, and your soul, though weary, is now glowing in readiness. God trusted you to receive what others could not, and this trust is not small. It is holy. The visitor you are about to meet may not know how important they are. They may not realize they are carrying divine oil, but you will know. And that recognition alone will unlock the flow. My child, my beloved, I will not speak much longer, for the time is now upon us. The moment is near. But I leave you with this final whisper from the heart of the Father. You are the answer to someone else's prayer too. What enters your life through this miracle will not only heal you, it will heal those you touch. This is the power of divine flow. The blessing does not end with you. It extends through you. And if you walk forward with faith, The miracle that visits your door will become the miracle that visits generations to come. Open your heart. Open your door. The unexpected visitor is not just someone. They are something from heaven, and heaven is watching with joy. Now, my child, complete the cycle of grace. Share this video. There is someone in your life who is also waiting, also praying, also crying in the dark. Be the answer to their prayer by sending this to them. As you extend this blessing outward, God multiplies the favor returning to you. Let the river flow. Share it now. Receive it.